Oh, hello. You startled me. I was just examining this patch of soil to see if I could find any hidden gems. Oh, look! It's the subject of today's program! I hope you poured yourself a beverage of responsibly moderate alcoholic content because today's episode is about an angry cat. I'm Gary Bold today, and this is Here Pussy 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 Pussy. And I'm Gary Bold today. Yesterday I was talking to my cat Thomas about juvenile diabetes when I received an email from Red Candle Games that turned my frown upside down. In 9 Souls you are a cat like Thomas, but unlike Thomas, your ear is gone. Thankfully you receive a new ear as a gift from magic cave tentacles. But that takes 500 years, and by the time your hearing is restored, the world has changed. After 500 years of stewing on a fight he lost to a girl, this little fuzzball is pretty steamed and decides it's time to get killing. But the killing won't be easy. The girl cat's friends don't take kindly to a man cat beating up on a lady cat. But instead of calling the police, they band together through the power of friendship to murder the game's domestic abuser protagonist hundreds of times. Thomas says this is good because there are no police in the game, so you can run as fast as you want without getting a ticket. But I think it is bad, because if you run too fast, you might fall off a ledge, and a demon cat might suck you into her brain and fight you as a multi-bodied butterfly which bursts from the back of her skull. It's very twisted. As you can tell, the story is very good and receives my highest score. But it is a little highbrow for some.
Well, you didn't understand it? Why don't you tell the camera? Say what you said earlier. You know, some egregious spelling mistakes and translation errors are no excuse for giving this game's story a 3 out of 10, Thomas! Coward, come back!
Later, Thomas and I reconciled, and he told me his thoughts on the combat. Quite good, he said, but also quite hard, he said as well. Unlike most games, 9 Souls would prefer if you blocked your opponent's attacks rather than courageously accepting them. You do this with the LB button, which stands for Little Bitch. If you do not press the Little Bitch button at exactly the right time, you will be killed by the opening Centaur boss for hours on end, and forced to review only the portion of the game preceding it. Thomas said there are lots of other neat bosses, like a funny cat named Kangui, who gets really sick for being locked inside a torture device and pukes on you before begging you to kill him. It's totally hardcore. Thomas says the game is twisted and hardcore, but I think it is very punk, because you get to kick and punch. Furthermore, it is very cyber, because you have a Metal Gear Solid so you can chat with your dead sister, who is extremely anime. Whenever she comes on the screen, I turn and say to my wife, "You better watch out for her. Better watch out for her." My friend Steven says it is weird for me to say that. You also have a moth, who seems like a chill dude, but who is also a hacker and can break computers when riled. I find this very relatable because sometimes I run Windows Update, which also breaks the computer. Overall, I give the characters a 43. Please like and subscribe or I will not release another video. Now let's move on to the music. It is very good and makes me think about the future, but also mortality. Now on to sound. My favorite sound in the game is when you parry, because it's like ping, 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 pong, and you block the man. It really makes you feel like a cat who is refusing to be struck. And now it's time to take this gem and rebury it, in the hope that someone, somewhere, will stumble upon this hallowed ground and find brief joy as they await the fiction that is Silksong. Here is a drawing of a power I thought of, which 9 Soul could wield in a coming sequel. I have given this game a very good score, and if you would like to see it, you may email me at my address. And now a word from our sponsor, hats. You can't live with them, you can't live without them. Join me next time